12th to 16th, vintage car owners and racers throughout the region came together to race and show off their cars in the Jefferson 500. Racers from West Virginia, Virginia, Pennsylvania, the Carolinas, and other states were present. They brought with them an astounding variety of vintage automobiles. This is Brian Clark, reporting for the Spirit of Jefferson. Steve Limbert, organizer and race chairman, explained the history and nature of the event.
Well, this particular weekend is dedicated to vintage cars. Many years ago, Brian Redmond, who was a world-renowned endurance racer, was racing here and got to talking with Bill Scott, who owned the track and still the family owns the track today. But talking with Bill, and Bill said, "What are you doing to make a living?" And Brian said, "Why, nothing." So Bill and Brian got together. They started a race series called the Jefferson 500. And this is about the 15th or 16th running of that. And Brian this year will be our Grand Marshal. But he and Bill had a great relationship over many, many years. Unfortunately, Mr. Scott, Bill passed away December 7th of 09, and he's missed. But his legacy continues on.
One of the rarest cars belonged to Peter McManus of Thornton, Pennsylvania. He brought to the race his 1948 Allard K1, an early British sports car built using a Ford V8 engine.
We've been vintage racing this car since 1983. We started in England. We were living over there at the time, raced it for 2 years there at the various circuits in England, and we were in Le Mans once with it for a vintage race, and have been racing it here on and off along with another car since we've been back.
Mike Zappa, a racer from Pittsburgh, has been a frequent attendee. He races a rare 1965 Ford GT40.
This car we just finished a complete makeover of it. It has an original 302. It was built by Holman Moody with Webers. This is my first drive in the car this weekend so far. A couple issues here and there, but it's been a blast, absolute blast to drive.
Well, how fast can you get it to go?
Well, we just clocked it at the end of the straightaway here today. It was doing 165. I'm not really on it yet.
Zappa's son Christopher, who races a 1969 TRV Tuscan, explained that it was the company of other racers he found most enjoyable. What do you like about vintage car racing in particular?
The camaraderie, especially with all the other individuals. A lot of different backgrounds, different walks of life. Maybe rubbing shoulders with a multi-millionaire 10 times over, but you're both sticking your hands in the same grease.
Besides showing off their cars, the racers came to enjoy the simple exhilaration of the race itself.
This is the most fun you can have. I mean, we get out there and drive just as fast as your heart desires. We have to maintain some amount of safety out there, but basically you're running wide open. Your adrenaline's flowing, and it's just an incredibly good time. The experience, it's hard to duplicate it. Ernest Hemingway once said that bullfighting, mountain climbing, and automobile racing are true sport. Everything else is a game. We don't do this for any amount of money. We just do it for the love of it.
For the rest of the story, pick up a copy of The Spirit of Jefferson, available on newsstands today.